Hi, Alan here with RVAcrossAmerica.net, and this is October 6th. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning as I do this. It's chilly, it's about 50 degrees. Summer is over, but it's still very, very nice here in Vernal, Utah, and I want to bring you up to date. I've fallen behind in my posts, and I want to get more out. I'm titling this one, when you go to the post itself, Limited but Spectacular RV Travel. And the post is going to be, of course, at rvacrossAmerica.net/summer22. That's summer 22. So briefly, the post itself has inspiring photos. I can't do much in the way of inspiring photos right now, right here, because I've got my neighbor's camper behind me. No, I didn't switch campers. And I'm in an RV park in the center of Vernal. For a lot of reasons, and I'm not going to go into that right now, but, I'm here. I've been traveling through some really, really spectacular places, and that's why my post itself has the inspiring photos. Again, rvacrossAmerica.net/summer22. My post also includes RV industry trends, and I'll mention very briefly here, to bring you up to the minute. I've got several clients I'm working with, a few who are selling, a few who are buying. For those who are selling, we're having to get a little more aggressive in the pricing so that we get some interest in the campers. The seller's market is gone, and we're now in a buyer's market, a very strong buyer's market. So it's a buyer's market not without pitfalls, because now when you see a camper that is marked down in price, you don't know if it's because of the slow market or because there may be something wrong with that camper. And that's where I work for my clients to find out what's really going on. So we get the true story, we assess a real value, and then make an offer that's both realistic and aggressive. Anyway, again, you've got a link on my concierge service in the post. It's simply enough, rvacrossAmerica.net/buy-sell, BUYSELL. Anyway, I've got some thoughts on RV park pricing trends. I believe that, and I'm going to go into this in greater detail in the post, but basically I believe that as fuel prices continue to rise, and as frankly a lot of RV buyers from 2020 and 2021 become more and more disenchanted with their campers, there are going to be fewer campers next summer. And you're going to find RV parks having to make deals. Now, the only fly in that ointment might be that more and more people are living in their campers because they can't afford the rent or the mortgage in the house that they used to live in. So, it could be a double-edged sword, but I still think that there's something going on there, and we're going to see some better pricing next summer and maybe less crowded campgrounds. Health update. I am off my heart meds, 100% off my heart meds. I'm going to have an extended post on that because I have a lot of feelings and thoughts to share with you about the cardiology center that I was going to, note the word was, and it's not that I'm not going to see a cardiologist evermore. I absolutely will. It's just not there. And I'll tell you why, and it really relates to what's going on in most of our medical centers, and I'm sure a lot of you have similar stories when you see what it is that I have to share. So it was a summer of limited but spectacular RV travel. And that means I started in Vernal, actually, and that's where I am right now. I started in Vernal in April, left Vernal in mid-May, spent about a month and a half, 2 months here, something on that order. Traveled to Saratoga. I've got some updates on Saratoga for you, along with pricing of where I stayed and what the RV parks charged, so you have a good idea of what you're going to pay. Saratoga is a particularly good deal. I then traveled on after a couple of weeks in Saratoga to Edgemont, where I spent a couple of months. Edgemont is a small, sleepy town, good people. Might be a dying town, but it's on the edge of the Black Hills, and not far from Custer, not far from Hot Springs, South Dakota. Really, really neat area, and I went there via Wheatland. So I traveled on to Casper, saw some friends. And remember, I've been in the RV sales business from about 2014 through 2018. And there are a number of people I worked with there and became friendly with, and it was nice to visit in Casper. I was there for just over a week. Actually stayed 9 days. The campground extended my stay a couple days because I'm just a good guy. But stayed in Casper, enjoyed it, and then headed out. My next move was actually back to Saratoga, which was a little different this time. Saratoga in the summer has access to the snowy range. You don't have access to that about 9.5 months out of the year. So there's some great photos that I took up in the snowy range, Mirror Lake and a few other lakes that are up there. I'll probably get some footage together for that too. The footage that follows this brief vignette that I'm doing is my drive from Saratoga to Wheatland, which goes through the Laramie Mountains, and I think it's absolutely spectacular, so I figured I'd share that with you. I may have bits and pieces of that in previous videos, but this is a little more extensive, so that's why the video is a little bit longer than usual. So, from Saratoga with an overnight in Rock Springs, which itself actually was kind of a neat day and a half in Rock Springs, and I share a little bit about that in the post. I found a really cool coffee shop. I found a really cool 50s burger place. Not that on my new diet I'm eating burgers, although the burger itself is fine. And again, I'll detail what I'm eating a little bit down the road, but I've made major changes. I'm now in the last 3 hours of my daily intermittent fast. I go about 18 hours between dinner and the following lunch. And the weight's coming off. I'm going to get some actual data on that. I went to a Anytime Fitness where for $20 they do a body scan. And I did that about 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to do another one in about 2 weeks and see just how much change there's been in 4 short weeks. Hopefully there's been some, and I think there has. But anyway, and by the way, I feel great. I love what's going on. Biggest decision I have to make on most days is do I get up and go kayaking this morning, or do I go biking and then kayaking later? The weather has been spectacular. It's about 40, 45 for an overnight low, quickly gets up into the 50s, and then we gradually get up into the low 70s by mid-afternoon for a brief time and cool back down. And that'll continue for another week before we finally begin dipping into autumn-like temperatures, with temperatures in the low to mid-60s. Overnight lows probably close to freezing. Anyway, I went to Ryrie, and that's where I had to go to the Idaho Heart Institute. I'll have some very pointed thoughts on that in an upcoming post. Along with an upcoming post on Soda Lake, which followed up Ryrie because Soda Lake deserves its own post. Flaming Gorge after that, which deserves its own post. And now back in Vernal. Vernal is a kind of a layover town, taking care of things here. Did a concealed carry course a few days ago, and I've got to submit the paperwork on that. And very soon, Draper. And Draper is where I plan to make use of the Icon Pass and get a lot of skiing in, ideally Solitude, Snow Basin, and I believe Out to Snowbird are part of it, and there might even be one other in one of the other canyons. So we'll see. We'll see who else is a part of that. Again, the video from Saratoga to Wheatland, from Saratoga to Wheatland is coming up, and that's the Laramie Range. And again, it's just kind of neat. I put some music to it. I've got a couple of video overlays so you can get an idea of where I am and what you're seeing. Other than that, I'm going to get out of the way and let you check that out. And it's been great checking in with you. Please give a thumbs up to this, or subscribe to my newsletter if you're on my website, or subscribe to my channel if you're on my YouTube. Alan here, RVAcrossAmerica.net /summer22. You stay well and stick around for this inspiring video. Just enjoy it. Thank you.
Bye.